Yeah! Everyone groove with me. Everyone groove. Yeah. Feel it. Feel it. Feel it. Felix. Feel it, Felix. Feel it, Felix. Hey, why are we dancing? And looking at this thing where I basically just covered up a logo with a Pokeball. So we've gone through, hey everybody, by the way, welcome. I'm Jessel. This is Jessel Plays, the Pokemon All-Stars recap episode. So we've gone through 2 generations of Pokemon All-Stars, 2 in a side note. And I wanted to go over, I wanted to go over everything that we've done so far in the Pokemon All-Stars. Now, if you've watched my Pokemon All-Stars, you know that the whole shtick is that the reason I'm doing this project of playing through harder versions of all the Pokemon games is to find the Pokemon that are All-Stars. And for me, an All-Star is a Pokemon that their nickname will live on in infamy forever in my heart. Well, I think the best way to go into our Generation 3 adventure is to actually have a recap of what's come before. Because in Generation 3, let me say it this way. Generation 1 and 2 have a shared Pokedex because you get to go to Kanto. But Generation 3, it's all new, sucker. So, there's going to be no Gen 1s and no Gen 2s unless they evolve from or into Gen 3 Pokemon. So it will be a more interesting, more unique experience in Gen 3. But that does mean that we need to have a quick recap. So what started this whole journey for me? Well, it was streaming years ago, playing Pokemon Manly Pink. I instituted a rule back then that because I really don't like starters. I don't care for most of the starters. Most of them play the same. I actually don't generally care for fire or grass type. I wanted to find something unique. So Pokemon Manly Pink is a ROM hack of Fire Red that is replacing all the Pokemon with Gen 5 Pokemon. So, to do that, I went in and we said, okay, where are we going to start? Wherever, I can pick any route that I have available to me, and the first Pokemon I catch will be the official starter. And the first one that showed up was Durant. Now, back then, I had a naming convention for all my Nuzlockes. And I named that Durant Rocky Road. And Rocky Road was just the coolest frickin' starter. And it started me on this idea of All-Stars. Because every time I looked at a Durant after playing that game, all I could think of was Rocky Road. So, I wanted to find more. I wanted to find more Pokemon that would forever live on in infamy in my heart as those Pokemon. We've now played through Generation 1 and Generation 2. Generation 1 twice, because I fucked up real early. But Generation 2, we just finished it. Go check it out. It was an emotional Elite Four. But I want to go through all of the Pokemon All-Stars that we've met so far and introduce you all to them. So, first up, we got Rocky Road the Durant from way back when. Next up, we got Big Mom, the Kangaskhan, and her sister. There we go. And her sister. Let's do that. Ha. Oh wait, no. Let's flip this one so they can look at each other. Wow, there we go. Big Mom and Auntie, the Kangaskhan's, who led us to so much victory in Gen 1. And of course, we had the gym-destroying, teeth-kicking-in, brick-breaking, badge-collecting, 6-time frickin' champion in Legs the Hitmonlee. He is so great. I got a plush legs from my wife as a present because of just how emotional it was and how great it was. Legs is the best. I love legs. We met Jazzy, the alpha female Rhydon, who rocked the party. She did great. So many drill attacks, so many horn drills. Ugh, it was great. We had Neo, the Alakazam, who made me like psychic types for the first time in forever. And we had our latest addition, but still great nonetheless, not the Dugong, who really came through. Now, not to be outdone, as I was playing, I realized that being good wasn't the requirement. What the requirement was if I looked at that Pokemon, I could never forget its name. So in our first very failed run of Generation 1, we had two Pokemon show up. Let me see if I can find them. Where are these boys? Did I not download them? Well, you know what? I'm going to go get them right now. We had two wonderful friends show up. We had our first starter. Oh, I searched for his nickname. Illithid the Amistar. And he was just so cool and so badass. I loved him so much. And it's just the perfect name. So he of course is in. He of course made the cut as an all-star, even if that run did not succeed. But that's okay. It's not about succeeding, it's about finding a place in my heart. And since that's the case, stupid, fucking aggravating Lump the Arcanine absolutely makes the cut. Because you see, Lump, we caught one, and then Lump never has ever wanted to be caught again. Every time I see Lump just gives me a look and roars away. Lump is so mad at how poorly we performed. But you know what? I'll never not look at an Arcanine and call it Lump now. So you know what? Those are our All-Stars from Gen 1. You know what? I'm going to actually move Rocky Road over here, because he's the original. There we go. Look at that. But that was Generation 1. Let's talk about the Generation 2 Pokemon, because Generation 2 was this crazy up and down. We had so many Pokemon that were so great for so long. So many that could have almost made it. But in the end, we ended up with 7 All-Stars. Spoiler alert, unfortunately, none of them made it. And it is really sad. But I hope to, in the future, be able to find some of these guys again, because I love them so much. A lot of them will probably show up in Gen 4, which will be... oh, it'd be so great to have them back on the team. So, let's go ahead and start talking about... these wonderful boys. Because first up, we got Honeywell. The first to die. But honestly, one of the best. Holy crap, I've never used a Leafeon. I'm not into the evolutions. I don't like grass types, and Leafeon. Honeywell the Leafeon was so good. I'm so sad it died. It would have been so good for us in the Elite Four. We never found a teammate to replace him. He was so awesome. So he definitely makes it on the team. We have what I have now come to learn is my favorite Pokemon, Bub the Gligar. Bub the Gligar, he did everything he could in Gen 2. He doesn't learn a flying type move or a ground type move by level up. He did everything he could, and he still almost brought us all the way to victory. I love Bub. I love you forever. If we could have evolved you into a Gliscor, that would have been another story. But hey, you know, what are you going to do? Next up, we had Dundee, the Feraligatr, who I was super excited to use. I love Feraligatr. I'm very happy to be using him. He was a badass. He was great. Modest Nature, which wasn't perfect, but it just meant that I could hit both sides. He was so good. I love him. Next up, we had Angelina Love, our Heracross. I was so unhappy originally to have a Guts Heracross. But Angelina Love, with a Flame Orb and Facade, she led the beautiful Pokemon. She was great. Fighting is my favorite type, and she was awesome. She was a great addition to the team. Oh no! I ran out of music!
Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan.
Listen, I know.
Hey.
I really need...
Skip ad. Nope. Replay. Go check out Gaming Music with the K's Apparel Shop remix, or extended, because that's what we're listening to. I thought that this would be, I didn't think this would be a 10-minute long video. I'm sorry, guys. Just a few more to recap. But Angelina Love, she did her job. She was awesome. Next up was our Togepi replacement. We hatched a Porygon 2 out of our egg, so I named it Scrambled, and man, Scrambled was excellent. What an incredible wall, what an incredible special attacker. Scrambled was awesome. Scrambled made a great team member. Second to last is Cujo, our Houndoom, who was a boss. He never got to learn Flamethrower. He was never as effective as I wanted him to be. But he was just so cool. And he ended up being really useful on the team. I could have replaced him. We eventually caught an Entei, and I could have replaced him, but I just couldn't bring myself to replace him. I don't need to do this. Why am I doing this? Because I want to. Because I want everyone to be cool looking. But last but not least was the only legendary that I've used on a team and made an all-star, and that is Aerostar, the Articuno. He came at just the perfect time. He learned Ice Beam at just the perfect time. He was a luchador legend. I want to make you bigger. You're a badass. You're a badass there. Flap down there at the bottom. But yeah, these are all the Pokemon All-Stars that I've found so far. Now, they're honorable mentions. I really like naming the legendary birds after luchadors, so I'm probably going to keep that naming convention going. I really like naming the legendary dogs after the One Piece admirals, Aokiji, Kizaru, and Aikainu. I think those are great names, especially Aikainu for an Entei. Oh, the red dog! So it just works out perfectly. But for now, these are our All-Stars. These are everyone we've found that is an All-Star. If I have forgotten one, that means they weren't truly an All-Star, and I gave them an emotional All-Star. But these are the ones that I'll remember forever. So look at our All-Stars, because I'm planning on doing something with these guys in the future. But now it's time to get ready for Generation 3. I hope you guys are excited to go on this journey with me. I'm excited to start Gen 3. I made it even harder. I made it even more random. No, I made it the exact same amount of random. But with this only Gen 3 Pokemon, who knows what's going to happen. I'm really excited, and I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Later days.